Hi and welcome to Movies Suck. I was just scanning around on the internet and I came across a story here on the Mail Online about people walking out of the Joker movie, and I just thought to myself, what? This sounds like some sort of leftist propaganda nonsense. And if we read a bit further, I think we might be right. Let's have a look at this story. So, someone said, "It's way too terrifying. Joker viewers around the globe walk out of movie theatres and urge cinemas to ban the controversial film amid ongoing concerns over glamorizing gun crime and such other nonsense." Movie lovers hit out at the film, which sees Joaquin Phoenix portray Arthur Fleck, the embattled clown who transforms into Batman's most iconic nemesis. Joker has been plagued with controversy due to the excessive violence and gun use, while others insist the movie forces viewers to sympathize with the anti-hero. A fan claimed the Joker was too terrifying, considering what is going on in the world. What is going on in the world that's any more terrifying than whatever has ever been going on in the world? I'm slightly at a loss to understand what the hell he's talking about there. This is why I'm saying it's about leftists and nutters who just have no grasp on reality. A theatre in Huntington Beach, California cancelled 2 screenings Thursday night after receiving a threat. I wonder who that could have been. Antifa, not what? Who said that? Both Phoenix and director Todd Phillips have defended the film, with actors saying he trusts audiences to know the difference between right and wrong, as you would trust any normal person to know the difference between right and wrong, because it's very easy to know the difference between right and wrong. They're 2 ultra-complete polar opposites. We all have a built-in right and wrong-o-meter, and they work perfectly fine. Most people will not have any issues, unless of course they're complete psycho-mental cases who ring up movie theatres threatening them and force them to stop screenings. The controversial film scored an incredible October box office record with an eye-popping $13.3 million earned in Thursday night showings. That's damn impressive for one night. Controversial movie Joker has caused further concern after fans stormed out of the cinema following its global release this weekend. Fans stormed out of the cinema? This makes it sound as though the cinema was full, jam-packed full of people. The movie started and people went, "Oh my god, let's get the F out of here." And then a crowd stampeded out the door, crushing the ushers, smashing through the ticket office, just storming out. No, I suspect a couple of people who went there specifically because they wanted to walk out and then tell other people they'd walked out of the film. There's probably about 4 or 5 of them. I've probably got messages from every single one that ever did it right on here. Let's look a little bit further. Movie lovers flooded Twitter on Friday with comments about the film, which sees Joaquin Phoenix portray Arthur Fleck, the embattled clown who later transforms into Batman's most iconic nemesis in the comic book world. Among a flurry of messages on the microblogging site, one fan wrote, "Literally just walked out of the screening of Joker. Way too terrifying to be there with all this going on, the way the movie glamorizes gun violence and mental health issues." Doesn't necessarily glamorize them. That's kind of a weird portrayal of what happens in the film. It's only a glamorization if that's what your opinion of it would be. And that would be a crazy opinion. It's essentially showing someone who has mental issues and how you can sympathize with what brought him to the point he became, but obviously you don't sympathize with him once he's reached that crazy stage and he actually kills Murray. And it's like, no, we're not sympathizing at this point. At this point, you know this guy has serious problems and he's hit the tipping point, and maybe someone could have saved him before he hit the tipping point, but he's gone way over the edge now and he's gaining momentum. These people are just crazy that they think that that's what this is about. It says, Joker has been plagued by controversy due to excessive violence and gun use, while others insist the movie forces viewers to sympathize with the anti-hero. Yes, it does, at first. It's like these people missed the later part of the film. Who knows where they get this rubbish. And then you've got that victims of the Aurora massacre thing. I won't go into that because that's all under the bridge, nothing to do with this, so it doesn't matter. At least it doesn't matter in relation to this film. Obviously it matters in the real world, but there's nothing to do with this film. Okay, here we get to the Twitter messages, which amused the hell out of me. So we've got, "I walked out of this movie. Ban this movie. It's a psychological approach on the mind. I was rooting for him until the shit got real." Yep, exactly. Everyone was. Would have walked out of the Joker after an hour if the missus would have let me. I mean, you couldn't make her go out? You have to do as she says? My God. Beta male in action. White dude next to me walked out the Joker in the last few minutes of the movie. Had me a little shook, not gonna lie. Well, it's a fairly disturbing thing near the end. So I'm not surprised if some people got a little bit crazy over what was going on. It gets a bit disturbing. I've never walked out of a movie, but with Joker I came very close. But you didn't, did you? You stayed and you watched the rest of it. Users penned, just walked out of Joker. Haven't been that anxious in a movie theatre since... Good time, F-man. I've never walked out of a movie with Joker, I came very close. Yeah. People pretending they were going to walk out of the film. It's just mental. Listen to this one. If I didn't see Joker with a friend, I probably would have walked out of the theatre thinking someone should tell Trump to shut up. White dude next to me walked out of Joker in the last few minutes of the movie, had me a little shook, not gonna lie. Yeah, what the hell has this got to do with Trump? What was that? These people are just crazy. People claiming they walked out of the film. And I'm sure some people did walk out of this film, but it's just a few people. The vast majority stayed and enjoyed an interesting character study of how society can break down someone who is mentally delicate, shall we say, and how when society is really bad and horrible to that person can lose it. It doesn't take much for a fragile mind to crack. And this is what we were looking at in the Joker. And these people are just insane. These are the sort of people that probably would crack and do exactly the same sort of thing as Joker because they're clearly not mentally stable enough to watch a movie that is barely violent. I mean, for God's sakes, if you want to go back and watch some gun violence, go back and watch Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger shoots like the hell out of 100 people at the end there. And they're thinking this glorifies gun violence? These people have no idea what they're talking about. And the reason they have no idea what they're talking about is because they weren't really paying attention, or because they're just mentally unstable themselves. The normal people saw that film, thought, wow, that was pretty effing messed up in places. And that's normal. The unstable people went to that movie and said, oh my God, society is going to go crazy. I have to tell everybody about how crazy it is. And I'm going to, what do I do? Trump is in the White House. Yeah, crazy people. The rest of us are just going to go enjoy this great movie and get on with our lives. And maybe hope that Joaquin Phoenix wins an Oscar or something if you still care about that stuff. One thing we know for sure is people might well have walked out of the film, but only a few. People were not storming out of the theatre. There's one person storming out of the theatre doing one of those quick walks. It's just pathetic. Luckily, not everyone is completely crazy. If you go down here and have a look at the comments, there are 2,392 comments on this story. And this is where all the sane people are. Twitter is obviously where all the idiot nutters are, but have a look at this. After reading all these articles, I thought it was an 18, but it's only a 15 in the UK. Everybody needs to grow up. Exactly. It's just a 15. Yes, there's some nasty violence in there, but come on, get a grip. The whole premise of this movie seems stupid to me. Why glorify an a-hole? That's not the premise of the film. Looks like some nutters managed to get off Twitter. Well done them. So lefty snowflakes went to a Joker movie and were triggered. What a surprise. Exactly. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's just a movie. Exactly. It is just a movie. It's a good movie. Very interesting character study, but it's just a movie. This is not real life, you idiots. What can you do when your fear-mongering fails to sabotage a movie pre-release? You go to a screening and hope to influence a mass walkout to sabotage the film from within. Bunch of jokers. Ironic. Good message, Miss is that Kalana? Well done. Very on point. Snowflakes, also very on point comments. It's a film, not real life. They don't go to see some of the old classics, Straw Dogs or Driller Killer, I Spit on a Grave, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to name but a few. Yeah, don't go see these films if you're extremely weak-willed, weak-minded, and slumber unstable, like most of the people that dominate Twitter. There are normal people out there, and here they are. It's just so stupid. Unbelievable. Anyway, anyone wants to see this? This is Mail Online, and I'm sure this story has been covered by a few other people too. This is Movies Suck. Signing out. Don't forget to leave a like, share, comment, subscribe. I will catch you guys on the flip side.